What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rising Tide podcast. I'm your host, Stanton Hunter, and this is episode number 6. So thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, the Rising Tide podcast is where we as a community improve ourselves, become better husbands, fathers, spouses, dog owners, neighbor, whatever the case may be, and make the people around us better at the same time. So welcome to the Rising Tide podcast. And today we're talking about accountability, and we're going to keep it short. We're not going to go on for too long. I know you got other things to do. So real quick, just to get into it, accountability is holding yourself responsible to make sure you do what you set out to do. I think in the lamest terms, who holds you accountable? You got to do it yourself. And I'm the first person to say that that's almost impossible. I am horrible at keeping myself accountable. But, that's kind of why I started this podcast in the first place, to give me a reason to do something so I can't make an excuse. And go back to episode number 1, no excuses, right? I have to be able to do that and get better. I have to be able to push myself to do something and not rely on other people to push me. Because if I rely on other people to push me, it's never going to happen. Let's face the facts. Other people are busy too. They don't have time to keep you accountable unless you're paying them. If you have a personal trainer that you can pay, they'll keep you accountable. And that's one reason to have a personal trainer, is because your personal trainer, it's their job to get you in better shape. It's their job to make sure that you are doing what you set out to do. It's their job to make sure that you get up in the morning and make it to the gym, and they're going to schedule that with you, and they're going to hold you accountable. And that's great. If you have a spouse, if you have a wife or a husband or somebody else that's there that can keep you accountable, that's great too. But that could be hard because sometimes they need accountability. Right? And if you're relying on them and they're relying on you, it might not work out. So comes down to it, no matter how bad you are at self-accountability, you need to have self-accountability. So what are you waiting for? What's stopping you from running that extra mile, or going out, for that walk, or, learning what you want to learn, or doing a project that you want to do? You have to hold yourself accountable. You can't just say you want to do something and then expect it to happen. It takes work to get out there and do it. And that's why I did start this podcast, because I did need help with accountability. I'm not paying a personal trainer. I started this to give me a deadline, to give me something tangible that, oh man, I have to do this. So this episode is a perfect example of that. I was supposed to have another interview set up for this week, but it fell through. And I was like, all right, well, I'll record a podcast on Wednesday. Didn't happen. Tuesday, it didn't happen. But now it's Thursday night, and I need to have this podcast recorded because it has to air tomorrow. I've made it my mission, publicly announced, that I have to have an episode by 11 a.m. on Friday. And if I don't have that, I failed, right? I failed anyone who's listening to this, anyone who might be expecting it. Not to say that my following is huge at this point, only 6 episodes into this podcast, but where's the precedent set? I can't just say like, I'm going to have an episode every Friday and then 6 weeks in just not have one. So it's now 1 o'clock in the morning on Friday. I'm recording this to keep myself accountable because I said I would have it done. I put it out there. It's public. And if I don't do it, then I don't know. I fail. And I don't want to fail. And that's keeping me accountable. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm producing this episode at 1 in the morning, to hold myself accountable, to make sure I get what I set out to have, which was an episode every Friday at 11 a.m. So here I am, and we're talking about accountability because it's important. So New Year's is behind us. We're now 2 weeks into the new year, and I'm sure you all had resolutions. How are you doing on those resolutions? Was your resolution to go run? Was it to start walking more? Was it to accomplish something different? Whatever your resolution was, I hope you're doing it, because it's the only way forward. You can't just not do something and give up after 2 weeks and call it a year and then I'll do it next year. or, maybe I took to have the wrong choice. No, if you had a resolution, I want you out there doing it. Now let's go back to, I'm based off of right now, health and trying to get better. Now I've run a 5K already, which was not very good. I think I did it in 47 minutes. Wasn't pretty, but I got out there and I did it. I've been taking my dogs for extra long walks. I've been doing like 2.5 mile walks every evening. So I'm starting to get that ball moving, and my dogs hold me accountable on that because they have to go out anyway. So I've been trying to do more with that type of stuff, but I've also been slacking on trying to get out there and do more. I want to run more, but I have excuses. And going back to episode number 1, no excuses. I should have no excuses as to why I'm not out there running. I just have been lacking the accountability to make myself do it. I haven't pushed myself to do it. I haven't made it a priority because of making other things priorities in its place. So I don't know, man. I think if you wanna really boil it down, it really comes down to the willpower. Can you force yourself to do something that you haven't been able to do recently, that you don't have a habit of, right? And I want to bring in an expert on this to talk about habits, because habits are fascinating. You can train your body to do anything. And if you just do it enough, your body just says, oh yeah, this is how it's supposed to be, and it adapts. So getting started is the hardest part, right? Just getting your body to do these things that you haven't done in a while, or to think a certain way, or to do something different. Those are things that you don't normally do, but if you do it, long enough, it becomes second nature, and you start to do it more, and then it's a thing of the past, and you're just doing that now. I think they say it takes 2 weeks, 3 weeks to create a habit. So I'm not saying that once you have that habit started that your accountability goes out the window. You still have to hold yourself accountable. And trust me, it can be hard. It can be real hard to sit there and look and say, like, I have something to do. I have to go out and run. I don't want to. The weather's too cold. I just ate. I didn't get enough sleep. Those are excuses. Listen to those excuses and get rid of them. Remember, get rid of your excuses. Getting rid of those excuses is going to help you stay accountable. Find someone that will run with you, or find someone that will do whatever you want to do with you, or put it out there on the internet like I am and hold yourself accountable. I'm putting this out here literally to keep myself accountable. I think I have, maybe 15 followers at this point. Not a lot, but that's still people who know my intentions, right? The idea is out there. It's already put into the universe, as I like to say, that I want to do something, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to have an episode every Friday. I'm going to start running. I'm going to start losing weight. I'm going to start watching what I eat. I'm going to do all these things. I've put it out there already. And yeah, there's 15 people right now. And would they be affected if I didn't do it? Probably not. If I didn't start running, if I stopped podcasting tomorrow, are those people is it the end of the world? No. But it's the idea that I said I'm going to do something, and I am prideful in myself that I'm a man of my word. So this works for me, right? I'm putting it out there right now for the 15 people that are going to hear it. I will have an episode every Friday. I will start running. I will start eating healthier. Those are things that I'm promising to the void of the internet, but because it's out there, I am more likely to do it. It keeps me accountable. Now, I've tried to rely on other people to keep me accountable, and their lives get in the way. And there's no fault to them. I'm not mad or angry or upset. That's just how life is. You got people starting businesses. You got people doing their own work. You got people, their job isn't to keep me accountable. I'm an adult. I can do it myself. I should do it myself. Yes, it's very nice to have people help, to have people in your corner that says, like, hey man, like, you haven't worked out in a week, get out there and do something. Go for a run. Do some push-ups. Whatever it is, do something. And I'm a big proponent, like, as long as you get your heart rate going right now, like, that's what I need is to, cardio work. That's going to help my end goals. So yeah, it would be nice to have somebody to just say, go do it. Someone other than my wife, because my wife is going to do it and I'm just going to roll my eyes at her. Let's be honest. I'll probably end up doing it, but I'll be doing it begrudgingly. I don't want to do it begrudgingly. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. But speaking of my wife, she's the one that signed me up for the 5K. I had no intentions of doing a 5K. I haven't run in 2 years. And she says, hey, I signed you up for a 5K. You're doing it with me. It's the Resolution 5K based out of our hometown in Hillsborough, where we grew up. And it's virtual. You can do it whenever you want, however you want to do it. And I had no choice in the matter. She had already signed me up. That kept me accountable. There's money on the line. We spent money to make me do something, and I had to do it. I just had to do it because I was signed up. My name was on the roster. They were expecting to get done. They gave me a sweatshirt. I had to do it. And again, it wasn't pretty, but the fact is my wife forced me to do it. She held me accountable. She said, you have to do this. I'm signing you up. I already did sign you up. There's no discussion. You're signed up already. You can't back out. And that kept me accountable. I said, okay, let's go out and run this 5K. And I ran it and walked it. And thanks to my wife, she helped me stay accountable in that one moment. My buddy Fred called me up. Have you worked out yet? Like, what are your goals, and how are you meeting your goals? I said, I haven't. All right, tomorrow, 6 a.m., boom, we're doing something. And then we did. So people will come into your life and they will help you stay accountable. But ultimately, it is down to you to stay accountable. No one else is responsible for you. You are responsible for you. You are an adult. You are capable. It's your goals. It's your life. It's you. You are responsible. If you can realize in yourself that you need help staying accountable, let me know. I will happily text you or email you or nag you on Messenger or however I can contact you. I'll send you video messages. I will send you personal video messages. I'll do something to keep you accountable. If you need that little kick in the ass to get out there and run or take on a project you want to take on or whatever it is you signed up for at the beginning of the year, or it doesn't have to be a resolution, whatever you signed up for now, whatever your goals are, let's conquer them together. So if you need help, message me on Facebook at the Rising Tide Pod, and I will figure some way out to hold you accountable. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm here for. So that's it. Like I said, it's short and sweet. I'll see you guys next week. In the meantime, go out and do something. Be productive. Go for a run. Do something that makes you better and makes the people around you better. That's what we're all about. Together we rise. Till then, see you next week. Peace.